So let's go through the process of removing a connector and pinning on another one real quick, shall we? So first you'll want to pick kit, a connector pick kit, and then you'll want to figure out which pick works on that connector. And I believe this one will work. I'm going to test that out right here. Alright, so I got the other side out, mostly just to demonstrate, but also just so I could only have one to deal with while I'm trying to hold my phone and do this at the same time, because it's not very easy. Get my pick here. So we're going to shove this thing down in here, and we're going to push away, or we're going to push towards the plug to put pressure on that clip in there, and we're going to push up on the wire so it can release the pressure, and then we're going to pull it out, and there it is. And you can see here where the little clip is that was holding those into the plug, and then we're going to take these off and put different ones on there so that plug can go on there. And we want to keep as much wire as possible, so we're going to clip it right underneath the metal part of this tab, pin should I say, not all the way down here. We want to keep as much of this as possible, so we're going to clip it right underneath there and then pull that off. Now that we've got those off, we cut back some of the insulation so we have plenty of room to work, and we can retape it afterwards. We're going to put the little plastic or rubber insulator caps on first before we strip it. That way it doesn't get hung up on the loose wires. And now that we got those on, we're going to strip the ends off. Put about that much off of it so we have plenty of room, but without taking too much off of it. And now we're going to move the little insulator cap into place right at the end of the wire insulation, just onto the bare wire itself, and then we can put our tab in, or our pin on. Alright, so I've put the pin on, and I've just used my fingers to kind of enclose that over the little insulator there. And now we need our specialized pin crimper, which you can get on Amazon. Very simple. If you'll focus here, shows the wires that you need. Now there's a kind of a special way to do this. You got to figure out where it goes, and you put it in reversed to get them a little bit crimped, and then you put it the other way to actually fold them in on each other. As you can see, there's little points in here. If it'll focus, come on, focus. There you go. You can see little points in there, and that makes them fold in on themselves. And I'll show y'all after I'm done. This is very difficult to do while trying to videotape at the same time. So we're going to do it that way. Get them folded in a little bit, right? Then we're going to flip it around. If I can get it lined up properly with one hand. And we're going to crimp this way. And that folds it in on itself and crimps it down tight. So the little part's more difficult to do, so I needed both hands for that. But as you can see, it folds it in on itself like that, crimps it real tight on that wire, and that's what you want. Now, we're going to do the same thing on this one. We're going to strip this off, move this up, crimp this. You want them to be the same orientation, so you want this face here to be the same face you see here. You don't want them to be turned differently, or else it's going to cause problems when you try to put your connector on. Alright, now you've got 2 pins on your wires. If you've made it this far, hooray! Congratulations! You've made it past the hard part. Now, we just got to put on our connector and put the locking tab in place. Alright, so we want to make sure the orientation is correct, like I mentioned. Get that to go down into place. And it should snap into place because these are going to have locking tabs just like the last one. This is hard to do one-handed, so just a second, I'll be right back. Alright, once you get the wires in there, you want to give them a little tug, not a real sharp, hard tug, but just make sure everything's secure, and then you're going to put your locking tab into place if your connector has one, which this one does. And now, congratulations, you have pinned on a new connector.
Proud of you.